Today, I'm going to show you how to rank #1 with Claude Opus 4.7. Now, this is a brand new drop that just came out. So, Claude Opus 4.7 literally just got released, and we're going to use it for AI SEO today inside Claude Code. So, we've got Claude Desktop, as you can see here, ready to go. And one of the biggest benefits of Claude Opus 4.7 is that it's more autonomous than ever before, right? So, this is Claude Opus 4.7, just got released. And if we look at the benchmarks here, it's really performing the best on all the benchmarks, right? It's the most powerful model ever released for human consumption inside Claude's console, right? Now, bear in mind, like they do have Mythos as well, Mythos Preview, which you can see here, and it far outpowers anything that's ever been released. But that's not available for the public, sadly. So we're looking at Opus 4.7 here, and you can see that versus Opus 4.6, GPT 5.4, Gemini 3.1 Pro, it's pretty much demolishing all the other models for creating content, for agents, etc. Right? And so we can actually use this for knowledge work. Now, if we have a look at the performance of knowledge work, right? So, for example, like real world work, like, for example, office tasks, like AI SEO, right? You can see that it's performing the best on benchmarks, right? So Opus 4.7 versus 4.6 versus GPT 5.4 versus Gemini 3.1 Pro. Opus 4.7 is crushing it, right? So what does that mean? Well, that means we can use it for AI SEO. In fact, I'm going to show you exactly how we used it earlier today. So what I have inside Claude Code now, and you might have seen my other videos about it, is basically we've got this connected to Claude Code and Netlify. Okay? And so Netlify stores our websites, and Claude Code can edit and publish new content to those websites. So I'll show you an example of what we actually did this morning. So just before, I actually created an article about OpenClaw Opus 4.7, right? Because I know that's a trending keyword that I can rank for directly with AI SEO. And so it created this article just from a single keyword inside Claude Code. So let me show you what that means. And just one thing I want to switch over here as well is I want to set up bypass permissions, right? Now, the way that I can do this is I just go to Claude Code settings, and that will make this more autonomous, right? So it can just accept stuff and do stuff without me. So if we go to the settings here, let's just double check. We need to set up bypass permissions. So if we go to Claude Code, there we go. Ah, this is awesome. This is awesome. So what this means essentially is there's two new settings inside Claude Code Desktop, which allows us to automatically accept changes from Claude Code. Why is that important? It's important because I don't need to keep clicking yes, yes, yes to get stuff done, right? It's just going to automatically do it. And so this will start to create content on our websites. Now, I've actually got multiple domains inside my Netlify account, like this one, which means anytime I have a keyword idea, I can create like 5 articles at once without a human, and I just give Claude Code the keyword, right? So over here, we have our SEO machine with Claude Code and Opus 4.7. And by the way, if you want to switch to Opus 4.7, you can select it over here. And then you've got different effort levels. So you've got low, medium, high, extra high, and max. Now, the one that I like is just medium, because the thing is, well, like if you're on a package with Claude, the problem is that with Claude, it's got limits on the usage. And if you rinse the limits, then you have to pay more. So how do you make sure you get that balance between getting stuff done, but also making sure that you don't rinse the limits and hit the token allowance, right? Well, you can just use medium. I think that's the best way. If you use low, then it's not going to work very hard. It's not going to put much effort in. If we use extra high or max, like it's just going to rinse the credits way too fast. We've also got this option to run at fast mode, right? So we can run twice as fast with that as well. But again, you will rinse the credits twice as fast. And so what we've got inside Claude as well is a skill for creating content. And basically, if we have a look, for example, here, this is a full workflow. And I'll try and map this out so it's easier to understand. So basically, what we do is we have Claude Code, right, with Opus 4.7. Excuse the handwriting. And so what this does is we give it a keyword. It's then going to use its SEO skill, and it's a skill that we actually trained Claude Code on to create content based on the keyword we gave it. So step 1 is I give it the keyword. Step 2 is Claude Code starts using this SEO skill to create the content. And step number 3 is it publishes it to Netlify, right? Which means that once it's deployed, it's going to look something like this, right? And this is a blog post with, the YouTube video embedded inside the article. Okay. And then you can see throughout the content, like it's nicely organized. And the other cool thing about this as well is that inside the content itself, we have links to join the AI profit boarding, which is where we want to funnel traffic from. So people are going to go to the website, they're going to read the website, and then be like, do you know what? I should check this out. I should check this AI profit boarding out. This guy seems to know what he's talking about. And also because we have the videos inside with actual like personalized, videos of me and me talking through different SEO case studies or AI case studies inside this content, it's more likely to convert. And so the cool thing about this is people feel like they know me. They watch the content, they read through the article, they get value, and then they're like, I want to learn more. Let's get the AI profit boarding. And that's basically how it works. Now, one final step to this as well is, and people won't tell you this, it's just the indexing, right? You got to make sure that Google actually indexes it. What do I mean by that? Well, for example, if we go to juliangoldy.com, we can see that over the last week or so, we've published all this content. Now, if this content doesn't get indexed on Google, we can't rank it, right? And that's the same for AI search engines too. And so we need to make sure not only are we creating the content, not only are we publishing it and saving time by setting up these workflows, but also that it actually gets indexed. Now, my favorite indexer for doing this is to use Omega Indexer. And the reason I like this is because if you've got multiple websites where you're publishing content, so for example, for us, we have 5 different websites that we're going to start creating content for, then one of the biggest issues is there's going to be indexing issues. And also, like, you don't want to be going through Omega Indexer manually, right? Or you don't want to be going through like Google Search Console manually. And so what we do is we actually plug in, as you can see right here, our latest URLs into Omega Indexer. Omega Indexer starts indexing the content, and then not only do we create the content, automate it, publish it, etc., but also we get that indexed and published on Google, right? So that actually ranks. And also, if it's a relatively new site, like, it's going to take a while for that to show up on Google, and so you might as well give it the best chance it can possibly get to actually index. And that's basically what we're doing for this. Now, you might be saying as well, like, how long does it take to rank a website? So if we have a look at this website, you can see here we were publishing content for ages on this site. Like, I would say probably about 3 to 6 months, and then just one day, this was after the latest Google core updates, it just went boom. Look at that, and just flew up in terms of traffic. So there we go. Now, also you can see here that we've got the blogs ready to go on every single site, right? So this is looking good now. It's pretty nice. And so now that we've got these websites ready to go, right, we can start publishing content. Now, how are we going to publish the content? Let me show you how that works. So for example, here, we can find potential keywords that we want to rank for. So for me, for example, I think this keyword would be a great one to try to rank for, right? And so how do we do this? Well, basically what we're going to do here is we're going to take the case studies that I have, like this one, for example, grab the details on it, as you can see. Then we're going to go over to here, to Claude Code, and we'll say keyword equals Claude Opus 4.7 AI SEO, right? And I know that keyword will rank, for example, for different iterations of this. So it will rank for like Opus 4.7 AI SEO. It will rank for Claude Opus AI SEO, right? It will rank for example, Claude 4.7 AI SEO, right? So many different variations of this. But also it's a predictive keyword, which means like there won't be much competition for this keyword yet. That'll come, but right now, not many keywords, not many people trying to compete for this. Nobody like really creating any articles about this, right? So if we have a look here, nobody's really created any AI SEO related articles for this. So it's a good opportunity for us to get our websites ranking. And even if 1 out of 5 of these actually ranks, it's worth it, you know? So what I also like to do is embed a video. So I'm going to say embed this inside the article, right? Case study data, that's examples. And then also I'm going to say, because this is one thing I noticed, and this is quite useful for you to see, is like something I noticed in the previous blogs. So if we scroll up here and we look at what's been previously published, let's have a look here, like this one. What I noticed in this particular article is like, I think these CTAs could look better, right? And so what I'm actually going to say is for the CTAs to the AIPB, the AI profit boarding, can you make them stand out more, plus be more personalized to the topic I'm talking about? And then I'm going to say, then save that to your SEO skill, plus remember it for the future, right? So we've got the keyword, we've got an improvement, and I think like just one improvement a day is good. Like if you see something that you're like, do you know what, we could do that better, tell it as soon as you can. And then also include a video to embed, which we've got right here. We've got details of the case study to publish, and we should be good to go on that, right? So if I now hit enter, this is going to start publishing AI SEO content to all of our blogs, right? And so you see how it's a 5-site deploy now, which means we can publish content across 5 different sites. Now, also, what's great about this is it'll be useful, for example, for ranking inside Perplexity, inside AI search engines like ChatGPT, inside Claude itself, because we're creating so much content and it's all linking to one place, which is the AI profit boardroom, right? So, like, if someone wants to learn this stuff, well, they're going to get all this data. The other thing I really like about using particularly Claude for creating content or any sort of AI for actually creating the website and not using WordPress is that I don't have to log into WordPress, right? Which is super slow. It's going to slow me down. It's going to take a lot of time. It's going to be super annoying. It's going to break sometimes. Even just remembering the login details is super annoying, right? And also, I can just open up Claude. I can get content published whenever I want, when I have a new idea. If something new comes out like Opus 4.7, it's like, boom, let's get content published ASAP on that so that we can be the first to rank for it. But also, not just that, the website is so fast. Look at how fast this website is. Like, the code is so clean because it's been created by an AI, not a human, which means like it's easier for people to navigate around it. It's easier for me to like check and quality control it. And for Google, it's going to be easier to index, which is what Google likes, right? Google likes websites that are easy to index and don't require a lot of resources because it's cheaper to rank that website, right? Bear in mind, every single website that Google ranks or indexes costs money. Every time it crawls a website, costs money for Google itself. And so these are all the things that we're using right now. And it's a new process. Like, I mean, Claude Code and Desktop only just came out this week, but I'm really excited about it. It's been a lot of fun. I mean, this is the easiest and smoothest way that I've seen to create content, especially across multiple websites. And bear in mind, like, Claude is just doing this autonomously, right? I kind of feel useless as an SEO these days because I don't need to do anything, right? And also, once you start creating more and more content across all these sites, you can ask them to interlink. You can ask them to, for example, add more internal links to other articles. So we can automate the internal links, the outbound links, the backlinks, etc. So that's basically it from me. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to get a full guide on how to set up Claude Code like this and how to use Opus 4.7, feel free to get that inside the AI Profit Boardroom. Link in the comment description or go to the aiprofitboardroom.com. You can ask questions inside the community and get all my best trainings on AI automations and also AI SEO. We have a full AI SEO automation section here, along with a calendar where you can jump on weekly coaching calls. And if you want to get like a one-to-one SEO strategy session, maybe you don't have the time to implement this yourself, but you want to get results like us, feel free to book in a free SEO strategy session. And on that call, we'll show you how we take websites from 0 to 145,000 visitors per month and generate hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales on autopilot, right? And on that call, you can get a free SEO domination plan. You can discover the secrets SEO link building. You can get your questions answered one-to-one, and you'll learn the best link building strategies for your website. So that's available at goldie.agency. You can go directly to goldie.agency, or you can check out the link in the comments description. Appreciate you watching. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye-bye.